Prologue, The House in Plainfield. I arrive at the decrepit farmhouse in Plainfield, Wisconsin, its timbers groaning under snow-laden roofs, the fields bleak and silent. The air is brittle, smelling of damp earth and rot, the wind stirs skeletal corn stalks in the fields beyond. In that silence I feel his presence, a man hidden behind dust, a mother's voice echoing, voices in the walls. This is where the real horror began, not in the sensational headlines, but in the walls of a lonely man's mind. To become Ed Gein is not simply to mimic his crimes. It is to slip inside the dark architecture of his psyche, to hear the whisper of his mother, to taste the unbearably hollow longing for connection. Childhood and family shadows. Birth and early years. Edward Theodore Gein was born on August 27, 1906, in La Crosse County, Wisconsin, to George Philip Gein and Augusta Wilhelmine Aggie Gein. He was the second of two sons. His older brother was Henry, his younger brother forced to die in early years. The Gein family moved to a farm in Plainfield, Wisconsin, where they lived in isolation, trying to keep the outside world at bay. Augusta was rigid, deeply religious, possessed by fear of sin, alcohol, and the corruption of women. She preached that all women were temptresses, Satan's agents. She forbade her sons from interacting with girls, from learning about sex, from touching books on anatomy or science, and from socializing beyond their small circle. She ruled with spiritual terror, believing the world was in decay and the only pure soul was her own. George, Ed's father, was an alcoholic who spent long periods away. The sons seldom saw him. He died in 1940. Augusta's iron grip remained. Henry died in 1944 from, according to the official story, a fall from a silo. But whispers swirled, was it accident, or did something go wrong? Ed was present. The ambiguity would haunt him. When Augusta died in 1945, Ed lost his anchor. He sealed her room, kept her possessions, and would later preserve it like a shrine. He wandered through her absence in a delirium of guilt, longing, and ritual. The psychological state, worlds of silence, grief, and obsession. To embody Ed is to live in paranoia and compulsion. He believed he was in a war with sin, with impurity, with the female body itself. The only love he knew was maternal, and it was suffocating and punitive. Insane? Perhaps. Diagnosed later with schizophrenia, he had delusions, auditory hallucinations, a break from consensual reality. The voices he heard may have been internalized fragments of his mother's sermons, remonstrations, guilt-laced commands, and affirmations twisted into a monstrous choreography. He was socially awkward, isolated, withdrawn, incapable of normal intimacy. He laughed uncontrollably at times. He had a deep fascination with death, anatomy, and the boundary between corpses and flesh. Yet to portray him faithfully, I must bind my skin to his fear, my breath to his longing. It